Hey everyone, it's Refresh, and I am here to bring you a review of Ultra Pro's Kaladesh Standard Deck Protectors for Magic the Gathering. These are illustrated with characters from Kaladesh. These are just two examples. We have Nissa here and Chandra here. And the MSRP for one pack of these sleeves is $8.99. You get 80 deck protector sleeves in each pack, and so that averages out to about 18 cents a sleeve, which is fairly expensive for card sleeves, but you are paying for the illustration on these sleeves. Let's go ahead and open up a pack and check these out. You get two packs of 40, and let's count to make sure that there are actually 80 sleeves here. Okay, that's 80 sleeves. As you can see, the sleeves are glossy and smooth on both sides. And you might also notice that these sleeves feature the standard Ultra Pro hologram in a slightly clearer form than they used to be. Let's check the thickness. 80 sleeves is about 17 millimeters. This is an average of 212 microns per sleeve, or 106 microns each face. Let's check the dimensions. The sleeves are 66 millimeters wide by 91 millimeters tall. Let's go ahead and see how our card fits. I have a Chandra Power Genius card here. Fits pretty well. There's a bit of room on the top and a little bit of room on the sides. I'm not certain if this will take to double sleeving, but if you're interested in seeing if my future standard card sleeve tests handle double sleeving, let me know in the comments below, and I'll make sure to get my hands on some inner sleeves so I can test it. As you can see, the card back is opaque. You cannot make out the contents of the card from the back. Now it's time for the sleeving test. I'm going to take this 60 card Magic the Gathering deck and sleeve it in 60 of these 80 sleeves and see how long it takes. Ready, set, go. Okay, it took 2 minutes and 44 seconds to sleeve these 60 cards, and that's the speed of 2.73 seconds per card sleeved. The cards really fit into the sleeves quite easily and without much resistance at all. It was a very smooth sleeving process, so I really appreciated that. Now that I've sleeved up the cards, let's take a look at the uniformity and consistency out of the pack. The sleeves heights are pretty consistent. I don't really feel any significant difference there, as well as the width, so that's nice. And looking at the sleeves, there are some sleeves with a little bit of warpage on their faces, which isn't nice, but most of the sleeves are otherwise pretty consistent, and there doesn't appear to be any other issues with the sleeves. Now it's time for the shuffle test, so I'm going to take this sleeve deck of 60 cards and shuffle it 100 times and see how long it takes. Ready, set, go. Okay, it took 2 minutes and 48 seconds to shuffle these cards 100 times. This is a slightly slower speed of 1.68 seconds per shuffle. As I was shuffling these sleeves, I did feel like there was a bit of resistance, probably due to the glossiness on both sides rubbing into each other. And also the sleeves had a bit of thickness to the edges, which caused them to bump against each other as I was putting them in each other. Some sleeves are much better at shuffling, and these are not the easiest to shuffle sleeves. They don't feel the best as you shuffle them, and they're a little bit pokey actually in the corners and on the sides, so you can really feel it in your hands as you shuffle them, and it's slightly uncomfortable. I don't know that these are practical sleeves in terms of heavy regular use as a result of this slowness of handling and sort of the uncomfortableness of handling, but they weren't terrible either, and so you're definitely not buying these sleeves for how well they handle. Now that we've handled these sleeves a bit, let's go ahead and take a look to see if there is any wear. Alright, there is some slight fading of gloss on a few of these sleeves and a little bit of chippage on the edges of a few sleeves, so I am a little concerned that the sleeves are gonna wear a little bit faster than usual, but that appears to be my main concern. There wasn't any damaged sleeves or split sleeves, and the corners maintain some pretty decent integrity, so I'm not really concerned that the corners are going to bend too fast, although there are a few corners that got a little bent in the process, and if you look carefully you can notice some of the chipping of the edges here, and I feel like that's going to cause these sleeves to wear out just a little bit faster than usual, which is kind of sad considering that these are sort of collectible art sleeves. And now it's time for the shake test. I'm going to shake the table that they're on for about 2 seconds and see how well the deck holds up. Ready, set, go. Okay, the deck slid around just a little, but nothing came apart and actually held together pretty well, so I believe that is a pass with the shake test. And now I'm going to do the draw test. I'm going to draw 3 cards off the top and see how well the deck holds together. Ready, set, go. The cards draw pretty well. The deck actually sticks together pretty impressively, all things considered, and so I believe that is a success on the draw test as well. Overall, you're buying illustrated sleeves, and so the most important thing I think is that the sleeves actually do their job, but it's also important that they look good, and this is some pretty good art if you're a fan of this particular card. Overall, what you're getting with these sleeves are a little bit of a compromise. You get sleeves that are fairly decent in terms of their look. They are uniform and consistent in terms of that, and you have this nice Chandra Torture Defiance art right here. But you also have sleeves that, while they are easy to put cards into, they don't handle perfectly, and it looks like their long-term durability is a little bit suspect due to the amount of wear that you might see in just the initial handling on the gloss, as well as the chipping on the sides of the sleeves. And so there is a bit of concern that these are not meant for long-term regular use, but perhaps sleeves that you put on a deck that you play only sometimes. And if that's what you're looking at, then perhaps these are some decent sleeves for you, but my concerns due to the level of wear and the slower handling of these sleeves, as well as the slight uncomfortableness of the edges and the corners, make it so that I can't recommend these sleeves for regular use. But you might want to just put decks of cards or cards in them that you feel merit this particular artwork, especially considering that they are 18 cents per sleeve, and so these are kind of expensive. And if you think of them more as collector's items and things that you will want to use only sparingly, then it makes a bit more sense. If this video was helpful to you, hit the like button. Let me know what you think about these Kaladesh era sleeves in the comments below. If you'd like to see more such videos, hit subscribe. This was Refresh. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.